Make sure you got a good beanie to wear underneath your helmet. Guess again. When helmet companies design these helmets, obviously the number one thing is to make sure that they protect your head. But they know you're going to be out in the snow, so they actually have designed these things to keep your head warm. I know it sounds crazy, but these helmets do have liners on the inside made of very technical materials. They also have the ear pads, which is most important. If you think about it, if you go outside, it's usually your ears that get cold. Not many people complain about the top of their head being cold, but again, it's all about keeping you warm in general. So the helmets obviously do have those ear pads, and they are removable. And this is basically for when you get to those warmer days where you don't need insulation. You basically open up all your vents, you get maximum breathability, and the helmet is basically all about protection at that point. So where this comes in with the beanie is a long time ago when helmets weren't the most standard thing, and when pros had to wear helmets, they didn't actually have a snow helmet. They had maybe like a skateboard helmet or something like that. So they took a beanie, threw that on, threw their skate helmet over the top of it, and now they've got something that can keep their head warm and protect their head to a degree. Now the problem is when you try to apply that to a snow helmet that already has the insulation, one, you don't need the beanie. Two, it's actually gonna make your helmet fit improperly. So right off the bat, we take this beanie, which is actually a very, very thin acrylic beanie. It's much thinner than most of your standard beanies out there that you wear day to day in the wintertime. And if we actually put this thing on, I actually have this helmet loosened up all the way. And when I put this thing on with the beanie, it's too tight. I can actually feel it pushing on my head on the front here. And it actually won't go all the way down on my head. Now, if a helmet doesn't fit properly, it can't work properly. So this is a big, big thing when you don't have the proper fit. Now, a lot of people will say, well, I'll just get a helmet to fit over my beanie. Now, here's the problem there. Yeah, this helmet, obviously you can get it so it fits perfectly when you have that beanie on, but now when we get to those warm days, we take that beanie off, and when I put this helmet on, and again, this is loosened up all the way, too tight with the beanie, now it's too loose without the beanie. So obviously this is a problem because this beanie is taking up a lot of room and it can actually get you into the completely wrong size helmet. Now, if you are somebody that does need a little bit of extra warmth underneath your helmet, that's fine. They actually do make thin beanies that are meant to go underneath helmets. A lot of the balaclavas, they're basically made out of the same material they make first layer out of. So it is very, very thin. It's moisture wicking. It's gonna help keep your head dry, which is gonna help keep your head warm. And especially if you do start sweating, you do want that moisture wicking. And yeah, that's built into the helmet. But if you get into some of those days where it's, you know, single digits, even into some of the negative temperatures, which you're crazy if you're going out riding on those days, but I respect you for going out and trying to get those days in, you definitely want to have a little bit extra, and that's where those come into play. So as you can see, if you were planning to wear a beanie underneath your helmet, we do not recommend it. Your helmet is there to protect your head, and if you put on a standard beanie, even if it's a really thin one like this, it's not going to fit properly and it's not going to protect your head properly. So either don't wear a beanie underneath it, make sure you got those ear pads on for that extra warmth, or if you need that extra warmth, make sure to get one of those beanies or one of those balaclavas that's very, very thin and made out of that technical material so it can give you that little extra warmth, but the helmet is still going to fit you properly.